Hi, I'm Gaetan Divelec, Vice President of Artistic Planning for the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, and I'm sitting here with Hilary Purrington.
Hi.
Hello, Hilary. How do you feel about being here for this world premiere of your new piece, Words for Departure?
It's very exciting. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and I'm very excited to finally hear this piece. Obviously, the chorus is so well prepared. I know that they've been working on this for a long time now, and they sound amazing. The orchestra, really, hearing them for the first time, it was beyond anything I could have anticipated. They realized the piece so beautifully at the very first rehearsal, so I know it's just going to continue sounding better and better.
Oh, great. So I'd love to hear a little bit about how how this work came to being. What was the artistic genesis of it?
Sure. Well, I had this opportunity to write a piece for choir and orchestra, which is something that I've always wanted to do because I'm a trained singer. I've sung with many choirs over the years, and I've also written a lot of orchestral music, so I had an opportunity to really combine these two things. And in looking for a text, I found this set of poems by Louise Bogan, and it was about the end of a relationship. It felt like too small of a topic to address with, a large choir and an orchestra, but I kept on coming back to this text. And then, of course, the pandemic happened. This was the spring of 2020. And at this point in our lives, relationships really became front and center for all of us. We were reaching out to friends and family and finding new ways to connect. And I realized, no, actually, relationships are the most important thing that we have. It's the most essential part of our lives. And it's certainly worth the scale of an orchestra and a large choir. So I ended up going with it. So wasn't really what I had in mind, but yeah.
Yeah. The poem is unbelievably beautiful. I won't spoil it for people who haven't heard it yet, but the last two lines just completely knocked the wind out of me. It's incredible. What is it about the sensibility of Louise Bogan that appealed to you?
She has this fantastic descriptive quality in her poems. You read them and you see exactly what she's talking about. And then in these three poems in particular, there are so many different feelings throughout. It ranges from this really deep sense of conviction to this really volatile uncertainty, and I really relish the opportunity to kind of explore all of those things in the music.
And so, how does that work? How do the dynamics between the text and the music work?
Right. So sometimes it's obvious and sometimes it's not. But there are these moments of very intense conviction, for example, and those are opportunities to have the choir and orchestra, come together. And then there are these other moments of uncertainty where all the instruments are kind of off doing their own thing and they're not really in sync with the choir. There are a lot of glissandi in the string parts, which, also kind of bring that sense of unease and kind of a lack of stability. And so it was really fun and challenging to, explore these feelings in the music.
One last question.
Sure.
You're both, so you're a singer, so you're both a performer and a composer. Do you, as in a run-up to a world premiere as a composer, how do you feel? Do you get the jitters in the same way that you might do as a performer, or is it a different process?
Absolutely, and even more intensely in some ways, because in writing this piece, I devoted so much time and energy and so much of myself into it. And then with a piece of this scale, I've never written something for this many performers. Mm-hmm. It's kind of intimidating to walk into a room and to see all of these singers on stage in addition to a large orchestra, and it's also very humbling and it's extraordinary. And I was very, very nervous to hear the first rehearsal, but it sounded incredible, and I feel very confident in the piece. And I'll still be nervous leading up to the premiere for sure, but I wholly trust Natalie and all of the performers.
Great, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing those thoughts with us, and we're really excited about hearing the concert tomorrow.
Thank you, me too.